And welcome all you distinguished virtual viewers out there. Before we begin, I'd like to acknowledge that this broadcast is taking place on the unceded territory of the Kwantlen, Katzie, and Semiahmoo. So welcome, good to see everyone. My name is Nyla Kapanche. I'm of the Tahltan and Kaska First Nation. I'm also French and Scottish. Welcome to Surrey's virtual Natural Indigenous Peoples Day. I'll be your host this year. And though we may not be in person this year, we are very excited to be celebrating National Indigenous Peoples Day virtually as a community. We have a full program of cultural drumming, Métis jigging, and so much more. Oh, so get comfortable, grab some snacks, and get ready for an amazing celebration. Now, before we begin, we have an amazing prize to give away for all youth turning in. So let us know in the comments where are you watching from, and we'll pick a winner from the comments at the end of the show. Woo! Prize! Okay. To start the celebration, I am honored to introduce our local First Nations, the Semiahmoo, Kwantlen, and Katzie.
Siem nis chalata siem, Heichka, Quanasanatachel, Atiasquile, Wapakton Sinsasna, Siem, Semiahmason, Eatsai, Letzi, Tia Makwelia, Atiasquile. Dear friends and relatives, first off, I'd like to thank each and every one of you for being here this afternoon. My traditional name is Wapakton. My English name is Harley Chappell. I'm the elected chief at Semiahmo. First off, I just really want to thank the organizers and facilitators for bringing us here this afternoon in a virtual world, given the pandemic that we're in. But I really just want to honor and acknowledge each and every one of you that's online to come forward and share a little bit, share in the safety and comfort of your own homes, to be able to come and learn and hopefully find some medicine in the songs and thought and prayer that we're going to share. We're going to have our youth come out, our Kwantlen youth group come out and share a few of our dances, a few of our songs. And again, we just want to acknowledge and welcome you to the unceded traditional territory of the Katzie, Kwantlen, and Semiahma people, as well in partnership with the City of Surrey and FRAFCA and several other organizations that are here this afternoon. But really, I just want to raise my hands and give gratitude and thanks for the ones that have helped facilitate this day and allow us to celebrate in a little bit different way for Indigenous Peoples Day 2021. Thank you very much for all being here. The first song that our young people came out to was our flood song, one of the origin stories of the Semiahma people, to remember who we are and where we come from. The words tell us to stand strong. We are the survivors of the flood. Stand strong, be strong, continue forward. The second song our boys broke off and sung to was our Semiahma war song. And again, we don't sing a war song in today's modern age. As we go to war, we sing that song to remind our young people to be brave, be courageous, be strong, persevere through hard times. The next song my daughter's gonna share here is the simple gesture. We talk about this raising of our hands, and the expression that we have with that is a gratitude, and it's a welcoming. So really, we were always taught there were different ways you were welcomed into our community. Some was through warfare, and some was through welcomes. And our daughter here, when we would sing these songs, the ladies would come out to the beach, and they'd raise their hands, and they'd welcome the visitors into the community. So that's what my daughter's going to share here with us today. We're a couple of young girls short, but that's okay. So again, just on behalf of our Semiahma community, we really want to welcome each and every one of you here to our home, our territory. We really want to thank the City of Surrey for the inclusion, the involvement, the support in putting on this event. And really, just again, we want to raise our hands to all our visitors and our guests that are online this afternoon, just to share and find some medicine in our day and celebrate our Indigenous Peoples Day. Our children will go off with a paddle song, and we'll be concluding this afternoon. Thank you.
Siemnetsia swel quatal mosteo stamachalak tennisqui telitinach Katzie tep quaquilum Katzie tomoch hi tsepka siemnetsia hi tsepka. First off, I want to say good day everyone and introduce myself. My name is David Kenworthy and I'm an elected member of the Katzie First Nation Council. It's my honor to be here and I welcomed you to the Katzie territory along with Kwantlen and Semiahma. You know, it's an honor to be here and celebrate today's festivities in a good way, and that being National Indigenous Peoples Day. You know, every year the City of Surrey invites us to be with the people here in Surrey. You know, and we're very fortunate in these trying times to come together through technology. You know, so once again, it's my honor to be here and introduce myself and welcome you to today's festivities in a good way. Hai tsepka siemnetsia hai tsepka. And I'm going to sing a song that comes from our people in Katzie. It's a welcome song. And, you know, we can continue with today's events. Hai tsepka.
Swale, Tatistanot Tilhomoskwi, Talitzel Kwa Katzie. Good day, everyone. My name is Mavis Pierre. I come from the Katzie First Nation. It's an honor and a privilege to be here today to welcome you to the traditional unceded territory of the Katzie First Nation. The song I'm going to bring to you today comes from Katzie, and it comes from the Pierre family. It's an honor song.
Living in that time, because I'm part of that, but hearing the stories from our elders, losing our culture was devastating to all our people. As I said earlier to a dear friend Ben, that we only reawoken our Kwantlen traditional name in 1994. Up until then, as me as a human being, and a young one at that, I didn't feel like I belonged. I was wondering what was missing in my life, and I didn't know it was our culture. I didn't know it was our prayers and our songs, and just being together with our families within our nation. I didn't know that, but I knew there was something missing. So to have that, and to have our elders tell you that, it makes our hearts very heavy and feel very sad. To feel like, oh my God, they even felt that in their time. I'm here and I've had a short life now, but to feel that all the time and they're older, It just made me feel like I can't believe humans would treat humans like that. To rip away, take away our culture. And that's how I feel when I do this. That's how it felt like. When I hear my aunties tell me that they couldn't share anything, or they get a spanking. They couldn't talk about their language, or they get spanking. They get a lashing. I wondered why my mom, our mom, didn't share the language until she got mad at our late father, saying she didn't want to share the language because she didn't want us to get in trouble. She didn't want us to get abused for it. So she'd rather not share it with us. But anytime she spoke our language at home on the phone, our whole house froze. It got quiet because it was so beautiful listening to her language, talking to her brothers and her sister. And that was a beautiful thing that my uncles and my auntie did, was that they only spoke to her when they phoned her in her language. They wouldn't speak English to her so that she wouldn't forget. So having that, but I always try to share the good about it. Every one of our elders that went to residential school, survived through residential school, came back, and they're teachers in the schools. They're the cultural presenters. So my elders, I'm grateful for our Kwantlen elders and my mom from up country, came here, and without hatred, without any anger, without any malice or anything, all they did was shared us love. And they turned around and wanted to be with the children in the schools. And my Auntie Helen, everyone knows her as Auntie Helen in the Langley School District. She said if she didn't have those children, she called them her medicine, she wouldn't have lived this long. And all our elders, they say that. I'm a somebody. I walk through the mall and they're calling me Auntie Helen. Hi, Uncle Ricky. Hi, Auntie Karen. Hi, Auntie Cheryl. Hi, LaKaten. They have many children. So I'm glad my elders, and Hazel, the one that works here at the fort, she came back, she was retired, and she took on the cedar weaving. Now she teaches us that. They turned something that wasn't nice in their lifetime, but they turned it into a beautiful thing. And that's what our people do. And we have to do that. That's how we survive. People ask how we survive. It's through our humor. It's through our love and kindness and sharing. And we all can do that. So.
Siyam Kwallop Tanini Takesit at just a liquor Takesit Stownifni Quaitalum each dia mashiti tomo Stownif Outni Quit Spipet Stall Squalni Asasluk Nieuwes Haliten, de Himmetus de Likker, niet Makotum. First, I'm going to say thank you for each and every one today. We've been invisible in our land for many, many years. Our voices of the ones that were crying out was unheard. Went through deaf ears. There's been an awakening. There's been a spiritual awakening. 2:15. The awakening. The eyes are open. Ears are listening. And for those who are involved, and for those that are suffering, we ask the Creator to put a blessing on the ones that remember their children never came home. Sympathetic and heartwarming prayers to the ones that remember. But our eyes are open now, our ears and our heart. The words come down and the truth is revealed. The truth is revealed that children matter. We were able to pray and share our songs. And then the visitors came and put the children into this residential school. And things were taken away from us. Our prayer tools were taken away. Our culture was taken away from us. Our medicines was taken away from us. And we were unprotected. Our language was taken away from us. Now there's an awakening. Now everyone, listen with your heart of the pain our parents and grandparents suffered. I'm not looking for sympathy. I'm just looking for ears to be open to hear how our people suffered, how our people were taken away from their parents and grandparents, how the school system said, you got a sister, you got a brother, you can't get together. They tried to take us and bring us to a place where they want us to be something we can't be. The strength of our ancestors was family, grandparents, parents, brothers and sisters. The language, the strong prayers, the strong song was our first prayer. But when they brought us to these schools and take away our language, and our language was God's gift to my people. God's gift to my people. And our language meant so much. And our story said we lived in a longhouse where we could live in peace and harmony, where there was no harm to our children. And we all had a job to do to keep that longhouse moving and make it work really well. Our school started from the time the sun rose, that we were taught by our aunties and uncles. The medicines in the forest was taught by our beautiful ladies, aunties. Anything and everything in the forest was edible. Anything and everything in the forest was medicine to us. Now today, we are struggling. Those that came home from that residential school didn't know how to be parents because they were taken away from being parenthood. They weren't taught to be caregivers. The horrific stories, they said they were beaten because they spoke their language. The abuse they had hurts so many people. I'm not asking for much, but I'm asking to have a little bit of thought and listen with your heart. Our eyes are closed for this many years when the school system was shut down. Our stories were flying all over the place of the pain and the anger and the hurt that our people had, and it went through deaf ears. Now today, I hold my hands up to each and every one that will listen with their heart, because if you listen with your ears and let your ears do all the research and say, forget about it. Forget about it. We can't forget about it because children are valuable. Would it be okay if your children were taken away? Would it be okay if your children were abused and hurt and physically, mentally, and emotionally? I'm just asking you to listen with your heart, because your heart and your mind have to work together to be able to have that understanding. If you tell us to forget about it, the reason why you want us to forget about it is because it didn't happen to you. But what if it did happen to you? You're going to feel the pain. You're going to feel the pain that is hurting my family. You're going to feel the hurt. If you can't live it, try to understand it and be carefree of it. Now that 215 is only the beginning. Only the beginning. How many schools? How many residential schools have that cemetery where it's unrecognizable, who don't care about those kids, who don't care about those feelings of the parents, the grandparents? That doesn't stop there. We just want people to know the whole truth. We can't hide it. Our eyes are wide open now. No more looking in the binoculars. Is it true that those savages were treated in that manner? Is it true those people who can't speak this foreign language were hurt bad? I sympathize with the ones that didn't make it home. I sympathize those who didn't get home to come back to their real parents. Those are the invisible hurt that there is no closure. Now we're at the edge of that word. We're going to close that door and let our people go to the good place. If those people that carry that Bible say there's going to be heaven for you, our ancestors never had heaven. Our ancestors had happy hunting ground. And if that was good enough for my ancestors, I want our happy hunting ground to come back so we could send those 215 to that good place. We as people, we as Indigenous people, we as First Nations people, we have many titles. I'm going to take this word back. I'm a savage. I'm a savage warrior to help the spirit move to that happy hunting ground. I'm a savage because I want my people to heal. Those people that have those robes and a Bible in one hand and hit our children with the other hand, choke our children, throw them out the window with the other hand, drown them in the other hand. How could they be? What kind of God do they have? I'm just reaching out for help to ease those that were crushed, to ease those that were the minds that are lost. Now you kind of know why our people are alcoholics. They try to cover those feelings. Let us try to help heal ourselves. Have an open mind and an open heart. We want to bring back our ways. We want to bring back our protection. We want to bring back our medicines. We are no longer invisible. We are no longer invisible in the land that we call home. We don't own the land. The land owns us. So we just want to be at peace, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, and physically. Now we're just going to have a prayer for those that are still coming. The Slolum, the Sakatum song we're going to hear, Taniq, Kwantlen, healing the mind, healing the spirit, healing the well-being, taking care of the unborn that's still coming. Shmakwasit gave this song at a tragic moment. Uncle got this song at a tragic moment. And we get those songs in tragic moments. And that helps heal. Listen with your heart. Listen with your well-being. To live it, to understand it, and never to live it again with our children that are coming. Oh, 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 ho, 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 all we could do now is to pray, pray for one and other, pray, pray, pray for one and other, pray, pray, pray.
Israel, Tansei, bonjour, hello everyone. My name is Louis de Jager, Region 2 Director for Métis Nation, British Columbia. Sir Alexander Mackenzie's expedition traversed the Rockies and established a signpost marking at North Bentnick Arm, near Bella Coola, BC, on July 22nd, 1793. The Western Mackenzie Valley Drainage Basin, which now falls within the boundaries of southern Yukon and northern British Columbia. The area includes the modern settlements of Francis Lake and Fort Graham in the west, to Hudson's Hope and Fort St. John in the south, and to the British Columbia-Alberta border in the east. David Thompson's expedition into BC occurred around 1800. Thompson documented the presence of 20 Métis families in the Flathead Valley Kootenays. They spoke Cree and French and were noted for having traded flowered beadwork leggings with the Shuswap. They were known by the Shuswap as Le Michif. Other notable Métis expeditions into British Columbia are Simon Fraser in 1805 and the Sinclair expedition of 1841. In 1851, a small corps of volunteers was formed to enforce justice on Vancouver Island. They were known as the Victoria Voltigeurs. They were mostly Métis of French-Canadian and Iroquois descent. Their military uniform consisted of a sky blue capote and a red woolen sash. The Voltigeurs frequently accompanied Royal Navy expeditions to intimidate First Nations along the northwest coast. The Voltigeurs were the first military unit and police force in British Columbia, and they existed until March 1858. Métis were on the Pacific Slope well before the exertion of government control, around 1858. They were also recognized by the federal government as having a rights-bearing community in the Fort St. John area, evidenced by the fact that the area was included in the Half-Breed Commission associated with Treaty 8. The Métis in BC were both connected to historic Métis families and also to the mixed Aboriginal communities that developed in BC during the colonial era. The Métis built their influence in this province to a point where they were in positions of political power. However, European newcomers and their discriminatory attitudes, in addition to a hostile legal regime in BC, forced the Métis underground, but it did not extinguish our culture, our history, or our social structures. Métis Nation British Columbia was established in 1996 as the representative organization for Métis in BC. In 2002, representatives of the nation formalized the national definition of Métis, which was used by the Supreme Court of Canada in the 2003 Powley decision. In 2003, the Government of Canada and the Government of British Columbia entered into a major tripartite agreement with the Métis in BC. MNBC is the first Métis government in the history of BC to demonstrate the will, determination, and consistency required to enter such a monumental and important understanding and agreement. Further negotiations between the provincial government and MNBC resulted in the 2006 Métis Nation Relationship Accord. Métis Nation British Columbia continues to push for respectful recognition and reconciliation of our inherent Aboriginal rights and our existence within the Canadian Federation. On behalf of the Chilliwack Métis Association and the Métis Nation BC, have a happy and healthy National Indigenous Peoples Day.
My name is Keenan McCarthy. I am a board member over at Nova Métis Heritage Association, as well as co-chair for the Surrey Urban Indigenous Leadership Committee. I'm happy to be in front of you today, hypothetically. Wish we could be having this event in person, but as you know, COVID-19 is still a thing, but I am so glad that I can be here today with you. Before going any further, I just wanted to acknowledge that today we're conducting our work on the traditional and unceded territories of the Kwantlen, the Kwantlen, the Semiahmoo, the Tsawwassen, the Katzie, and the Kakite First Nations. National Indigenous Peoples Day is a very important day to me, myself, and my family. It provides us an opportunity to come out and share our culture, a culture that remains relatively invisible, well, to this day, especially in Surrey. Many people don't realize the number of urban Indigenous peoples that make up our Surrey population. In 2016, based on the census, there were 13,460 urban Indigenous peoples, and of course that's grown in the past couple years. Currently, we actually have the largest urban Indigenous population in all of British Columbia, so I'm very happy to be here today just to speak a little bit more about urban Indigenous peoples and of course about my Indigenous background. I'm Métis on my grandmother's side. She hails all the way from North Battleford, Saskatchewan before she moved here to British Columbia, the most beautiful province in all of Canada, of course. It has been a little bit, well, I always feel a little bit uncomfortable speaking about my Indigenous ancestry, and it's unfortunate. My grandmother, prior to moving out here to British Columbia, had served in the Canadian military during World War II. She was stationed in Britain during the Blitz. And unfortunately, when she returned from the war, she was denied her demobilization package. And because of this and other acts of racism and discrimination, she felt uncomfortable identifying and sharing with her children and myself, her grandchildren, about our Indigenous heritage and our history. Based on my complexion, of course, they thought the best thing was to try and pass off as white or Anglo-Saxon, just to avoid discrimination like she had when she returned from the war. So I feel very blessed to be speaking in front of you right now, saying that I am a Métis man, that I'm not ashamed of my culture, my heritage, and that ultimately I'm happy to be out here today, ready to celebrate with you National Indigenous Peoples Day. So thank you very much for listening to me, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the festivities. So thank you very much.
Hello everyone, and thank you for joining us. Today's celebration is hosted by Surrey's local land-based nations, the Semiahmoo, Katzie, and Kwantlen. I want to express my gratitude for the ongoing support that we receive from them for the work we are doing here in Surrey. Surrey has the second highest number of First Nations people living in our community, with over 13,000 individuals. Today is an opportunity to share cultural history, celebrations, and allow the intergenerational connections to take shape in our community. This year in particular, I want to acknowledge the work that still needs to be done in light of the tragic discovery of the former Kamloops Residential School. The education we are about to receive today is only a small step in the working towards a more equitable future. Thank you to our partners, the Planning Committee, and the many donors who made today's important event possible.
What does Indigenous Peoples Day mean to me? It means having a strong culture, sharing my culture, teaching the youth, teaching my grandchildren, and educating people about where who we are and where we come from, and I'm proud to be Aboriginal. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Wally Levine, Métis, born and raised in Winnipeg. I think back to the times when it was simpler in some ways and harder than others. But we came from very strong people. They had a strong love and respect for Mother Earth. They never took more than they needed. They're always there to help other people. We had a few fights now and again, that's true. But since colonization come, it seems it took us back 500 years. But we're still fighting to get back to where we were. Thank goodness that a lot of the elders still kept the ways going, the ceremonies, the respect for Mother Earth. And this is coming back, but we're still proud to be who we are. But we're fighting for simple things like water today. And in this world today, there's reservations with no water. And I think that's sad. That has to stop. I believe in helping other people, but we have to make sure our people are safe first. But I'm so proud to be who I am, and yeah, I just do my little bit that I can to help other people as they help me. Thank you.
Next up, we have an amazing drumming all the way from Musqueam. LaDonna with the Stars of the North, and the amazing performance by my fellow shawl dancer Shamapriya and David. Oh, but wait a minute. I heard that there's a Bannock video? Oh wait, but I don't think the Bannock video is going to come up later. At home, what's your favorite? Do you like baked Bannock or fried Bannock? Which is your favorite? Let us know in the comments. I personally am a fried Bannock gal, and I think this little one will be a fried Bannock gal as well. Or boy, actually, I don't know.
Happy Indigenous Day 2021. We are Chulmuch Swachwas. In translation, it's Salish Thunderbird. We represent a lot of different nations. We're here on Musqueam traditional territory where most of our group members are, we all originate, and there's blood ties here. We represent Musqueam, Stalo, Sartlip, Saanich, Okanagan, and Chehalis. The first song we're going to share today is known as the Running Song. The Running Song pays tribute to all of our runners in the territory we're in. Before contact, our people had runners that would sit at the outskirts of our territory and watch over our lands, and they would run back to the village and tell our people if danger was coming. Or they would be the mail carriers, and they would go to a village to invite to come celebrate our potlatch with people. So we paid tribute to that. It's a history of our people with this song, and the song came out with my young late brother Wasol Tul paying tribute to our runners. Next song we're going to share is our warrior song. It pays tribute to our warriors of the past and our warriors of the future. We have a lot of modern day warriors, our teachers, our chief and council, our healthcare workers as we're going through this pandemic. And it's kind of a fast, upbeat song. Our boys will have different, most likely a paddle in their hand, which in some of our history was our weapon. So this is our warrior song. The final song we're going to share is our Thunderbird song. This song comes from one of my brothers that started out with one of our groups, Sin Frank Leon. It's his Thunderbird clap. We kind of changed it a little bit for our song. With our history of the Thunderbird, it would look after our people. And long ago there was the orcas sat at the mouth of the river, the killer whales, and they were eating all the salmon, and it was stopping the salmon from going upriver. So our people prayed to the Thunderbird to help them, and the Thunderbird would come down and he started eating all the orcas, so the salmon would go through to our people. And there's a lot of different versions of that story, but you see a lot of artwork throughout our territories that show that Thunderbird carrying the orca, the killer whale. So this is our tribute to our group's namesake and the Thunderbird.
Hello, my name is LaDonna Wicks Joseph. I'm from the Tla'aotse's Mumtagala Nation, located on Vancouver Island, Alert Bay. And I am the firstborn daughter to Laura Joseph and the firstborn granddaughter to Christine Joseph of Fort Rupert. We are Stars of the North Drum Group, and we started our group in August of 2009, and we started writing our music in English, implementing our native Kwakwala language, which is translated by my grandmother, Christine Joseph, to also known as Christine Joseph Twants, and also known as Wata. Our drum group is of our family, my 6 beautiful daughters. Now it is growing to including now my grandchildren. And we sing our own written songs in English, implementing our native Kwakwala language, as we were not raised with our people. And so we're on a learning journey through music and stories passed down to us from our elders. I'd like to take time to acknowledge the First Nations territory that we are visitors and standing on. And the song that we're going to share is Children of the Residential School, as my mother was a residential school survivor, as well as many family members of ours. And we'd like to take this time to honor them and recognize them and share in a good way of our learning and of our teachings that are being passed down to us from our elders. Gelagasla.
Reliving memories of a long Every day is different, literally. No day is the same, and that's the beauty of it. You're preparing yourself for the unknown, and it's exciting. You never know who you're going to meet. You never know who you're going to say hi to and change someone's life. Just some one small instance of, making a left turn versus a right turn. We're here to help people, and we help people in different ways. If it's arresting or apprehending or going to the hospital or stopping someone or even just talking. That role is First Nations Policing Officer, the bigger unit within the Indigenous Policing Unit under E Division, which we have a responsibility as the nation asks us, RCMP, to help facilitate laws and regulations. I wanted to be a part of that conversation because I felt that looking at where I come from, there was a big disconnection of understanding. And if I'm able to where I am today in First Nations policing, I'm speaking to that right now. So it's an opportunity that the RCMP have provided for me, and I'm truly honored and privileged. I get to patrol the waters here, look where I am. To say that and to patrol and to make sure that people are safe from the road to the railroad to the parks. It's the youth, the smiles and the laughters, and you get to engage with them. That's, rewarding for me, and to repay that which my community did when I was such a young age in Six Nations with the police in my community where I was at that time. Depending on who you talk to, it's good and bad. For my traditional territory and where I come from in Grand River, the RCMP were used as agents of the government to dismantle our traditional governance system. Recently uncovering a lot of history that our people are not aware of, and for me to wear the uniform is to rebuild that and to recover that. There is a discussion to be had, and I'm in a position of privilege to share those stories and to bridge that gap in speaking and using the traditional people of the Salish and a watchman from the north. The story goes, as long as the sun rises and the moon shines, it's a natural responsibility as human beings to live in coexistence. I take pride in speaking to my ancestors. They had a vision for us. I carry that with me to live a better life. I can't speak for what they felt or what they were going through, but we feel it. The hard part is to remember and to honor that. And it doesn't take just one Indigenous member to do it. It's a collective. It comes from the top, and it trickled down to my coworkers and the people that I work with in my unit, in the diversity unit. We all have the same like mind of a better future for us.
Hey guys, my name is Justin Kelly. from Semiahma First Nation in Hope, BC. Here today with my two daughters. Can you guys say hi? Hi! And we're here to show you a few simple Fit Nation exercises where you don't need any weights, you don't need to own a gym or anything. You can do this right in your office, at home, on your couch. And that's what we're going to show you. So first we'll start with one exercise called seated burpees. So it's just like a burpee standing up, but you'll be sitting down. So we'll start that in 3 seconds. Just follow along. We'll start now. So touch your toes, touch your hips, arms up, and then stand up. And do it again. Ankles, hips, up, stand up. Ankles, hips, up, stand up. Ankles, hips, up, stand up. And we'll take a short break. Next we'll do the seated jumping jack. So I'm sure everybody knows what a jumping jack is. This version will be just sitting down. So even if you're sitting at your desk at work, or you're watching TV and you want to get some movement in, this is what we'll do. So we'll start this in 3 seconds. Ready, set, go. Jumping jack. Spread your legs. I know you can't see my feet right now, but they are spreading just as if we were doing jumping jack standing up. And we'll go maybe 5 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and take a short break. Next exercise we're going to do is actually standing up, so I'll get everybody to stand up now. Get ready for some high knees, and we'll start that right now. So just lift one leg up, knee up as high as you can, and then alternate. Just like this, just alternating. Could even throw some arm actions in there like you're walking. And let's do like 5 more seconds. Stop. Okay, we have 2 more exercises for you. Next one's funny. It's called butt kicks. You guys stand up. Show them how to kick your own butt. Place your hands on your bum. And you're just gonna kick your bum with your heel. And go. And stop. 2 more quick exercises for you. Let's do some arm circles, girls. Come on, stand up. Arms nice and wide. And change direction. Give your partner a high five. And stop. Last exercise will be called good mornings. This one's really easy. Standing up, yeah, just like that. Hold your arms like this. And you're just gonna bend over like you're bowing to someone. Keep your legs straight and stretch your back. And go. And good. So those were 6 really quick Fit Nation exercises. Thank you guys. Say see you.
See you. See you.
On behalf of all of us at Simon Fraser University, I would like to wish the First Nations, Métis, and Inuit peoples of Surrey a happy Indigenous Peoples Day. It is an honor to join communities to celebrate the history, rich culture, and traditions of Indigenous peoples. SFU is privileged to have our 3 campuses on the traditional unceded territories of the Musqueam, Squamish, Tsleil-Waututh, Katzie, Coquitlam, Kekwat, Kwantlen, Semiahmoo, and Tsawwassen First Nations. And we are grateful for your stewardship of these lands over many generations. As we continue to grieve the enormous loss at the former Kamloops Indian Residential School, and to reflect on the lasting devastation caused by colonialism, I'm holding you in my thoughts and stand in solidarity with you. The burden you have been made to carry is too heavy. We at Simon Fraser University have made it a priority to commit ourselves to honoring the history, culture, and presence of Indigenous peoples, and to having the institution serve as an instrument for reconciliation. Much remains to be done. Reconciliation requires a sustained and ongoing commitment from each of us. I'm so grateful for your partnership over the years. Many thanks to the organizers and supporters of this year's virtual event. I hope this occasion brings you peace, healing, prosperity, and good health.
All right, hope you feel good after that little fitness break. I totally forgot to mention it. Thank you to iSpark for that great fitness break. And now we have Frasca youth and seniors, a Métis jigger, ooh, and our tutorial in Bannock. Sweet!
My name's Zach, and I'm BIPOC, and Indigenous Day, National Indigenous Peoples Day, to me is about recognizing that the land is stolen and who we stole it from, and through all the bad things that Indigenous people have been through, it's about doing the exact opposite and recognizing the mistakes that the other settlers made. And just like Mother's Day and Father's Day, that's a specific group of people, and this is a specific group of people, and we're trying to recognize them, if not celebrate it. So I just wanted to say that, and yeah.
I'm Mohawk from Tyndanaga. National Indigenous Peoples Day means a lot to me because it means that we don't have to hide and we can be proud of who we are. Thank you.
National Indigenous Day means to honor and to celebrate Indigenous people and their culture and heritage that our ancestors have desired to keep alive. It's also a day to attain knowledge, recognize, and to become aware of Indigenous peoples' adverse history of colonialism. It's also the time to witness and to experience Indigenous people diverse cultural customs that we still practice.
My name is Naomi Kennedy. I am Daggeth from the Slatin First Nations. To me, National Indigenous Peoples Day means having the opportunity to witness Indigenous cultures survive and thrive, even though all of that was put on us through colonial systems to deny us our rights to our culture. My name is Nikita and I'm Ojibwe. National Indigenous Peoples Day means to me that we could celebrate our culture.
So Eugene, what's your favorite type of bannock?
Lots of sweet sugar on top and on the bottom, where all that sugar comes in your hand after you finish, how'd you say, communing with the beautiful bread? Every finger is being licked. That's the beauty.
Oh, what about fried versus baked?
Fried is up here, baked is coming right behind, and baked is also good. Beautiful toast.
Yeah, a little bit of jam, a little bit of
jam again, both sides to make sure you get all the beautiful sweets.
Yeah.
And I said sweets can damage your teeth, so I'll just do one side for now because I'm going to save my dentures. I learned through the first round of teeth going bad.
I had that Navajo fry bread, which was as big as your head, and you just take it up and go, oh, okay, well, I'll start at this corner and make it to that corner.
Fold it over and start in the middle.
Turn it into a fried bread sandwich.
Oh, wow, yes. Yeah, being lucky to have different types of fried bread. Navajo, I got some family there. We stayed with them for a while. They make beautiful, beautiful bread. And they don't make just one or two. They make it enough for the people who come visit. And that was a beautiful part about our ancestors. They made enough bread for people who come walking by just to knock on the door, say hello. I always feed them. And that beautiful food is very important to share. It's medicine for the well-being and comforting for the soul, that the relationship is strong relationship.
So either way, I prefer fried. I will admit, you know, baked's okay. I like baked, but I do prefer fried for everything you just said. All those reasons.
Yes. I always bought fried bread for my cousins. My auntie says, the men are better cooks. Why don't you learn how to make fried bread? So I tried, made the fried bread and put it out on the table, and everybody had it out. My grandson said, who made the bread? It's different. And they said, Grandpa did. Oh, Grandpa, you should make it more often. That was the first time. They said, nothing left. And I said, oh, I'm grateful I learned. Now I'm going to try to make my own, create my own. And then the beautiful part about it is, grandkids says, that's awesome, Grandpa. What do you like about this stuff? I said, that I like about this, it's always ready for people who come visit. And I can't wait for COVID to be over so people could knock on the door. You know, this is the worst tools that we ever had. I'm waiting for the knocking on the door and face-to-face visits where they say, that was the real good part. Who's your true friends? The one you see, the one you stand beside, the one you feed, the one that comes and listens to you, the ones that come tell you stories. Those are friends, not by the Facebook, not by this phone. And you tell them, I need help. Boom, nobody hears you.
There's only so much you can do with FaceTime. There's only so much you can do with FaceTime. Yeah, I look forward to that too. And I do believe that we have a video coming up, right? There's going to be somebody's going to be doing some bannock making today on today's segment, so look forward to that.
Yes.
So in the first part, we did the dough and we had to let it rise. Usually only let it rise for like an hour. And then after it's risen, you can just punch it down because there's gonna be a lot of air bubbles. I usually have a cutting board and a rolling pin, and I forgot to tell him that. But I'm just gonna work with this. And I just kind of roll my dough in to try and get all the air bubbles out. You can make a whole bunch of different things with this dough. I make pizza with it. My boys love pizza. You make cinnamon rolls with this dough. Loaves of bread, buns. Like I said, I usually have a rolling pin and I'll just roll it out and then shape it to what I want. And then I put a hole. Now your oil, you want to have it at a certain temperature. Some people, they make theirs and they can just go, it's done. But mine, I usually fry it at like 4 on your home stove. And I fry it for like, it depends, 4 to 6 minutes maybe on each side.
When she's not cooking with me, she knows what she's doing.
Yeah.
But she'll still ask me.
I question myself because you're the one that taught me.
June 21st is National Indigenous Peoples Day. Did you know TransLink works, operates, and serves on the shared traditional territories of 46 Coast Salish First Nations, including mine, the Katzie First Nation? Learn how to get to the weekend's events and more at translink.ca.
Tansenuah kumaganak, madlenanisnika sun, sakaski squintetehkawin, sakatuwa kutse nia. Hello, my friends. My name is Madeline. My traditional name is Strong Earth Woman, and I'm originally from northern Saskatchewan. I currently live in British Columbia, and I am so grateful to be on the Semiahmoo territory. And I'm so grateful that you invited me out today to share a little bit of Métis culture. So what I like to do is I like to teach you a step before I get started, and then you can dance along. So I'm gonna teach you a quick little rundown, like the fastest you've ever learned ever. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take a step right, left, right, left, right, left. So it goes like this: right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. Now add a scuff: right, right, scuff, left, left, scuff. 2, 3, scuff. Good job. Speed it up. 2, 3, scuff. 1, 2, 3, scuff. 1, 2, 3, scuff. 3 scuff. 1, 2, 3, scuff. Okay, that's your basic jigging step, and now you get to do a fancy step. So let's skip on the spot. So you're stepping and sliding that foot. Slide, slide, and then you skip. So it's like the running man. So you get to do your basic step, then you get to do that fancy step. I know that was the quickest rendition ever, but you can look online anywhere and you'll find jigging lessons. So of course I'm gonna dance the Métis national dance, which is the Red River Jig, and I hope you dance with me and enjoy. I don't have a live fiddle player, so I have to play from the trusty computer. Thank you so much, and have an amazing day, all my relations.
This video was filmed on the shared traditional territories of the Katzie, Semiahmoo, Kwantlen, and other Coast Salish peoples, where we work, play, and learn.
Speaking of which, why is it important to acknowledge its traditional territories?
To continue the long-standing tradition of First Nations to thank hosts for their hospitality.
To recognize the ties between First Nations, their land, their culture, and their ceremonies.
To recognize relationships to a land that existed long before Canada's.
To honor and thank the First Nations for allowing us to work, play, and learn on their traditional territories.
Welcome, my friends, on this beautiful day, June 21st, National Indigenous Day, and I'm so happy to be here with you to share a couple of songs. And my name is Osawasisquiyu, Brown Bear Woman, and the first song I'd like to share with you all is the Cedar Tree Song. And this song is actually to honor our relatives, the Plant Nation, and particularly the trees which we call the rooted nations. So again, we believe that, these trees are relatives and they're here to help us in many different ways. And this song, I had learned this song, and then one day I found myself walking in the forest amongst many cedars, and I sat down on this log and the cedar trees spoke to me. And this was many years ago, and they said, we're really sad, they said, because the human beings don't come and say hello to us and give us a hug and all these things. And so ever since that time, every time I go in the forest, I try my best to touch the rooted nations, the different trees, and the cedar trees, I always try to give them a hug. So this song I'm going to sing, and this is a Cedar Tree Song, and this is to honor the rooted nation on this special day of National Indigenous Day. So here we go. Cedar trees, won't you come and sing with me? Hey ya ya, hey ya ya, hey ya ya ya, hey ya ya. Now we're going to ask the cedar trees to talk with us. Cedar trees, won't you come and talk with me? Hey ya ya, hey ya ya, hey ya ya ya, hey ya ya. Now we're going to ask the cedar trees to dance with us. Cedar trees, won't you come and dance with me? Hey ya ya, hey ya ya, hey ya ya ya, hey ya ya. Now we're going to ask the cedar trees to pray with us. We like to pray with our relatives. Cedar trees, won't you come and pray with me? Hey ya ya, hey ya ya, hey ya ya ya, hey ya ya. And the last verse, we tell the cedar trees, and again, all the rooted nations, but how much we love them. Cedar trees, oh, how I love thee. Hey ya ya, hey ya ya, hey ya ya ya, hey ya ya. We say ah ho. Okay, I'd like to share one more song. This song I learned last year. This is from two Algonquin grandmothers from out east, and this is a water song. And again, this is to honor the spirit of the water, which really needs our help. And so I always teach that, whether you're washing your face, brushing your teeth, or pouring some water, to drink, to take a moment and say miigwech, say thank you to the spirit of the water, because to our people, it is life and is very, very important. And a lot of our water isn't well. So, it's a good idea when you go to a lake or an ocean or river to take your tobacco and say a prayer to that water and thank it, and acknowledge the spirit of that water. So this is the water song. Here we go. And it's sung 4 times, and you start in the east. And I'm just going to stay sitting, but I'm going to visualize that I'm standing in the east and go around the east, the south, the west, and the north. So here we go. And Nations. And have a beautiful day. Miigwech, all my relations. Osiam.
What's up, everybody? I'm JB, the First Lady. It's June 21st, Indigenous Day. It's so exciting. We get to meet here in the virtual world. We get to practice our culture. We get to sing and drum. We get to be proud of who we are. We get to hear some music that's contemporary and that we get to use our voice. So I want you to enjoy the day here virtually. Remember, wear your ribbon skirt, wear your cedar hat, wear your button blanket, wear your moccasins, wear your bling, and be proud of who you are. With that, I say all my relations. I want to share this song. It was written with my mom. She told me her dad didn't teach her language as a way of protection, that she wouldn't have to go through what he went through. And it's my goal as a young person to learn my language, my Onondaga language, my Nuxalk language. And I encourage each and every one of you to connect to your language. Shout outs to firstvoices.com. So at this time, I'm proud of who I am. I'm proud to wear my moccasins. I'm proud to wear my beadwork. I'm proud to wear my feathers. And I will walk on the SkyTrain, in the mall, at the school, everywhere, showing how proud I am. So when I say, I just want the crowd to say, y'all say, I'm proud. I just want the crowd to say, I'm proud. I can't hear you. 1, 2, 3. I just want the crowd to say, I'm proud. I just want the crowd to say, I'm proud. All right, let's go. This is my DJ. DJ Sekwa, my son. That's what's up. No. Try it again. We got some technical. Here we go. You can dance if you want. You can clap your hands if you want. Here we go. Clap your hands. Here we go. P to the R-O-U-D. You and me are gonna make this reality. Coming together with the same visions, making right decisions. We're still living. Here to say, baby, that's a given. I know this can't be, cause see, we're all here free. He and she can have pot ledges. We still know our song and our dances. Our stories will repeat, history will repeat. They thought they could defeat us cause we signed a sheet. But I'm here on my feet with my head up high with pride. Cause I'm proud, get down. I'm proud, get down. I'm proud, get down. I just want the crowd to say. 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 How come I don't get the respect? How come my people are so oppressed? Had time to reflect it, no one won't accept it. Time for the people heal. It's real, no longer real. The man be able to steal. Give the man the backhand. This is not your land. It belongs to our mothers, sisters, and brothers. Taking a stand, going back to the land. Colonize, realize, organize, strategize. I don't want to be finalized, like being colonized, believing lies. Time to calculate. This is our shape that only we can shape, create. Time is running up. Our trees are getting raped. But yo, cause I'm proud, get down. I'm proud, get down. I'm proud, get down. I just want the crowd to say. 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 Time to represent where we went spin. It was like it was meant for content to prevent the next segment. No one can divide, deny, or get inside. I'm not just another girl from the east side. Commercial drive, not just a seducer, but a producer. With my beatbox set to shock, use my thoughts, have the choice to know what's right. To ignite the light that shines bright in the night, this is why I write. Use my words to go upwards, not backwards. This is what I learned, not to let it burn, but try to return to the land and try to understand where it all began. hand. Here we go. Cause I'm proud, get down. I'm proud, get down. I'm proud, get down. I just want the crowd to say, I'm proud. I just want the crowd to say, I'm proud. I just want the crowd to say, I'm proud. I just want the crowd to say, I'm proud. I just want the crowd to say, I'm proud. I just want the crowd to say, clap your hands. Just want the crowd to say, just want the crowd to say, I'm proud. I just want the crowd to say, I'm proud. Just want the crowd to say, I'm proud. Woo! Make some noise.
Well, that does it for this year's National Indigenous Peoples Day. Madhu, thank you so much for watching. Very grateful to everyone who took the time. I hope you got to dance in your living room or wherever you may be. And remember to be kind, wash those hands, and we look forward to when we can all gather again safely and join together and celebrate National Indigenous People Day. And you know what? Every day is pretty much National Indigenous Peoples Day, but today we'll make it extra special. So again, Madhu, thank you, Miigwech, Hawa, Haichka, OCM. See you all again next year.